So it's kind of, I mean, it's nighttime, so it's not really, even with the light on, it's kind of dim in here. But I've got a flashlight. Maybe I should wait until tomorrow, but I feel like I really need to do something now. I thought I'd show the drawstring. Earlier I made a video where I told a story of, where is it? Of how Bullet got caught in this drawstring. Oh, here it is. Here it is. This is where I cut it. Originally this was a loop. It goes down here. It's got a little knot here for some reason, or clasp. And that's the other end of it. So now it's like that. So it was originally, that was originally connected to this, and one time in the middle of the night, not really in the middle of the night, but I was in bed and about to go to sleep, and I heard struggling in this room, and Elsie was right here, and Bullet was right here, and I at first thought he was playing with it, but he was caught in it. He was caught in this drawstring, and I've already recorded on December 19th a video. I haven't published it to YouTube. It's just, but I probably will. Where I told a story about how. So if you're hearing this, look up video that was originally recorded 12/19/2022. I always put a date that the video was originally recorded on for the cat videos. Anyway, so he got tangled in this, and at first I thought it wasn't a serious thing, and he was just tangled in it like a silly kitty. And then he was seriously, it was like wrapped around him hard. I couldn't even untangle it. I couldn't figure out, you know, you'd think something like this, I mean, it's metallic beads in a sequence, that it would be easy to, you wouldn't be able to be tangled. It would be easy to figure out, but I couldn't. And eventually I cut it off of him. And in the meantime, this glove right here, that glove was he was so aggressive. He thought it was something I was doing to him, so he was like biting at the glove even. But when I finally got him freed, he realized his mistake, I guess. And I think he felt sorry about that after that. Before that moment, Bullet and I don't think we were really that close. But that was, I think he realized that I had saved him and helped him even while he was biting at me. It's the only time he ever seriously bit at me. He's bitten me very gently to send a message like, don't do that, that hurts. Like if I'm touching his abdomen in a place that it hurts, I may then feel his teeth very gently just pressure against my arm or something. It's like, please don't do that, it hurts. Anyway, I just thought I'd expound upon that story. Today is January 10, 2023. And I just got back from Bullet's ultrasound. He has terminal cancer. He has apparently much of his intestines are infused with this thing. and it's actually, they say, close enough right now to threaten an intestinal blockage. I don't know how fast it's been growing. The symptoms really came on quickly. December 3, 2022, he was at Banfield for a routine. Let's see Mr. Bullet. Here he is. Here's Mr. Kitty. Here's Mr. Kitty. Hello, Mr. Kitty. He's still alive for now. Hello, Kitty. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about bringing you to that awful place. But, so, anyway, this window has been a fixture of theirs. And, I got back and, I mean, he's got, they're going to be analyzing the biopsy, but I knew it was going to be bad. I expected it to be cancer based on the blood work. Like 20 things were off the top of the scale. His liver and kidneys were giving very high readings of whatever enzymes they're testing. And now I know that there's a tumor consuming, like enveloping much of his intestines, and another one at his liver. And they took a biopsy and they're going to examine to see what kind of cancer it is. But the prognosis is pretty negative either way. They say months at most, weeks more likely. I'm afraid it's more like days, just with the speed at which it was onset. Maybe he's been brewing for a long time and it just got bad enough that his behavior suddenly changed at the end of December 2022. 2022 was a terrible, terrible year. People are always talking about 2020. Oh, because of COVID-19. Who cares? 2022, I swear, is a monumentally bad year that stands amongst others. Spans above others. For cats, it was a terrible year. It was the year Cookie the Calico died and Svetlana the blind cat. My next door neighbors, a few houses over, had 2 tuxedo cats. Maybe I still have the flyer in here somewhere. I don't want to show it after all, now that I think about it, because it shows their identity. But they had a male and female tuxedo cat, which disappeared suddenly on January 17, 2022. And they found the female frozen solid a few days later. The male cat was missing, and the neighbor put up a flyer saying, Mr. Kitty, saying, please tell me if you see my little friend. So it was a bad year for cats, and of course there's the Russian invasion of the Ukraine, which very likely will signify the end of civilization as we know it. Hasn't happened yet, but it could be, like lighting a fuse, setting off a chain of events. If Vladimir Putin is a bad loser, and he doesn't get what he wants, he's likely to nuke the world. Imagine if I probably can't put it up on YouTube if I say his name, but Mustache Man from World War II. Imagine if he had nukes. He wouldn't have done the thing he did at the end. Another word I can't say. He wouldn't have done the thing that he did if he would have, but if he was doing that anyway, you want to bet he wouldn't have hit the red button first. They say Stalin was almost lived long enough to do that. He was going to do it, and their delivery system, their ICBM program, just wasn't ready in time, and he died just in time. Well, this situation is probably, maybe I'm wrong, but it seems that everyone since Stalin has been in Russia has been an arguably good man. Brezhnev, Khrushchev, obviously, what's his name? The guy who just died. Another similar name. Not Boris Yeltsin, the last USSR guy. Gorbachev, Boris Yeltsin. They were all decent people. They weren't psychopaths. But anyway, basically, I'm getting off on a tangent. 2022, I say, is an especially bad year, and we lost Gilbert Gottfried on top of that. One of the greatest comedians, in my opinion. One of the last few holdouts against political correctness. Anyway. And I was thinking, I was just hoping, after Svetlana and Cookie the Calico had died, I actually called Banfield mid-December 2022 and said, hey, I want to screen my cats for cancer. They didn't answer the phone. I left that as a message. They don't return messages. Banfield is a terrible veterinarian. Don't ever use them. Go somewhere else. Anyway. They didn't, ironically, if I'd actually, that was the perfect time to screen for cancer. Maybe something could have been done by then. But, maybe it was brewing for much longer than that. And the symptoms just hadn't manifest because, the growth of the cancer hadn't gotten extensive enough for it to really have any big effects. And then at the end of December 28th, suddenly he starts changing his behavior drastically. And then I call Banfield, and they so graciously fit me in for January 9. So 2 weeks. And then while I'm there, they make me wait for like an hour and a half before they see me. Well, not an hour and a half. Just, about an hour and a half. About a long time. All they were doing really was looking at the January 4th transferred blood work from the other veterinarian. I'm not going to say their name because they would reveal things that I don't want to reveal. But the other veterinarian saw him on January 4 and did blood work, and his liver and kidneys numbers were, all these numbers were Mickey Mouse. They were just terrible. And damn, I shouldn't have said that. Disney will kill my video, maybe. I don't know. Probably not. But then yesterday I kept the Banfield appointment on January 9, and they said I didn't see the enormity of those numbers on January 4. Boy, are they terrible. But oh, kitty. He's such a good little kitty. You're so special. I knew you were special when I first saw you. My special little bullet. A little gray bullet. And then today we did the sonogram, the ultrasound. And it was very strenuous on them. The other veterinarian I'm not pleased with either, because the appointment was for 10 a.m. They didn't see him until after 2 p.m. They just wanted me in, and even though their specialist wasn't going to be in for hours, and then finally, he was second in line. 2 of 2. There were only 2 people for that, and of course I got to be second. And finally, after that harrowing, disgusting experience, got that horrible news at the end. He stopped eating, or he ate very little, and began occupying this spot on the couch. This is a couch, red colored fake leather couch. This is his favorite spot now, on the right shoulder of the couch. He stays there all day and night. Doesn't sleep on my bed anymore. That's the other phone ringing. The actual cell phone. What I'm holding is an iPhone I inherited from my dead aunt. It doesn't have phone service, but it's much better for making videos. Anyway, they sure didn't give up quickly, did they? All right. Anyway, so I lost my train of thought, but oh yeah, he stays on this couch. He doesn't sleep. He does sometimes now. Sometimes he does sleep on my bed at my side for part of the night, but he mostly stays here. But he doesn't hide. They say that when cats are dying, they usually go off and hide, but he doesn't. He stays right out in the open. This is just his spot where he feels comfortable. I don't know if I can turn on the light. God, why is it when it's on photo mode, it's plenty illuminated. Here's the couch. When it's on photo mode, this iPhone is plenty illuminated, but when it's doing a video, hello kitty. How's my kitty? I don't want to shine a bright light in your eyes though, so I'm holding it back. Hello kitty, aren't you pretty? So he's alive for now. I don't know what to do. Doesn't seem like he's got much hope of surviving in the present day like this. But the world might be coming to an end soon. Relatively speaking, I mean, obviously the Earth, planet Earth, is still going to be here. But human civilization might be coming to an end. All the same, I'm thinking of getting him frozen or plastinated. The slim chance the transhumanist future happens. Anyway, the question is, does plastination preserve like neuronal connections, like the synapses in all their detail? Because that's the better option than cryonics, because cryonics requires active refrigeration, and what if the company goes under? The only organization that does it is Cryonics Institute in Michigan, last I checked. But what if they cease to exist? If you get a brain plastinated, if you get the water and fats replaced with silicone, it's essentially turns the tissue into the same sort of, essentially indestructible version of itself. It's like a super ball, and then all you have to do is like keep it in a safe. Then that's what body worlds is. So the sort of preservation of body worlds. The question is, does that serve the purpose of preserving fine structures? I think this is a service that should be available to people, to the population at large, because right now present day sucks. But maybe, just maybe, there could be a bright transhumanist future. And, there's going to be lots of opposition to that idea for, like, religious grounds or whatever. For some reason, it's not a popular notion, but it should be. Anyway, it's getting to be a long video. It's already almost 20 minutes. But that's the story. That's what's happening with Bullet. They say that he's got months at best. I'm afraid it's days. I was hoping that I would be celebrating his 14th birthday in April, 3 months from now. But I don't think I will be. Or maybe I will. Maybe I'll celebrate his birthday even if he's dead. If he's like frozen in Michigan or plastinated, he's kind of not really dead then. His information is still there. It's important to preserve the information. People have strange rituals. They keep ashes around as if that's important, as if that retains anything of the original person. They expend enormous amounts of money on like a casket that's made out of steel stainless steel casket or something that'll last 20,000 years or whatever. Who cares? The person is gone. Who needs to preserve a soup of rotting flesh? I say this not out of optimism, but I don't have high hopes of the future, but there's a slim chance that I might as well take it if I've got the money to burn. And boy, do I not have as much money as I did at the start of 2022. Oh, that was a bad year in many, many, many ways. I had, fortunately, unrealized capital gains at the start of 2022, and I'm not going to have to worry about paying any taxes this year. I'm amazed because I was up by almost $1 million. And now I've got enough left to squander on something like this. But I'm going to be contacting the University of Toledo's Plastination Lab, see what they say. They've got a neuroscientist in charge of it, so that's a good sign that he would know whether or not it preserves neuronal structures. But I can't make contact with him. I tried emailing him, I tried calling him. I'll try calling him during a different time, maybe. Didn't go to a voicemail system. It just rang 15 times. Anyway, I'm going to go see what the other phone call was. But I guess I'll probably be putting up on YouTube the video I recorded yesterday of him in the garage, and the video in 2022 on December 19, which is a special day for me. It's the date that Smokey died in 1998. Bullet on December 19th, 2020, same day of the week, Saturday, December 19th, cuddled me right at the moment Smokey was dying on that date 22 years earlier. Boy, that was a special moment. He came up to me while I was at the computer, just nuzzled against my right side, and that was one of our things. Now he sometimes gets in my lap all the way, rather than just nuzzling against my right side. Anyway, gonna cut this video short, or else it'll be 2 gigabytes or something, and I can't get it off the iPhone.